Awesome. So for the agenda for today, we're going to look at just a bit about ZKTeco, just giving you a small background about ZKTeco, just so you guys can have an ease with dealing with such a big company. We've got, we're going to take a look at the ZKTeco applications, the ZKTeco no-touch solutions, what is available in the no-touch solution division, as well as the ZKTeco software that pairs up with these no-touch solution products. Okay, and then lastly, just a quick one. We're going to just look at why you should choose ZKTeco. And lastly, on the last slide, there is a link that you guys can, that I'll give you. I'll post it at the end of this presentation. And in this link, you can actually go and subscribe on ZKTeco's website or on that specific link. And that will give you the opportunity to get free training on the BioTime and BioSecurity software, which is quite cool. So please stay tuned until the end of this presentation. I'm going to try to go through it as fast as possible. And that's quite a good incentive, free training on BioSecurity and BioTime 8. Also, you're going to get a nice marketing box from ZKTeco that they will send to you. And that's going to give you an invitation to the Experience Center and so on and so forth, a bunch of marketing stuff as well. Okay, cool. So I'll give that link at the end of this presentation. So about ZKTeco. So ZKTeco is obviously the company, the headquarters are based in China, but they've got local presence. And with local presence, there's a lot of benefit that comes to that. It means local support, local presence, and local training. Also, ETAs are much quicker. You know, I mean, instead of bringing something in overseas, we just source it locally from ZKTeco themselves. Okay, so that is brilliant. It helps us a lot. It helps the installers a lot to get products as quick as possible. Obviously, at MiRO, we keep on a lot of stock at our branches, but sometimes we can't keep everything in stock, so ZKTeco helps us with their warehouses as well. Awesome. And then they've got a wide variety of high quality products from access control, time and attendance, and entrance control applications. So there's more than just access control about ZKTeco. There are such a wide variety of solutions type of company. And they support the cutting edge technologies such as the facial recognition solutions, your palm recognition solutions, and so on and so forth. And they give warranties up to 2 years. Again, so in regards to the applications that we are currently focusing on, it is schools and campuses, agricultural sectors, industrial sites, estates and business parks, which is growing tremendously at the moment, homes, healthcare, company access control, and time and attendance, which we are going to focus on that and the estates and business parks today, parking lots, airports, and hostels and hotels. So there's really a lot of different applications and different solutions that you can provide your clients with when you're using ZKTeco. Again, so let's look at, before we start going into touchless technology, let's look at the verification method that ZKTeco currently supports. So first of all, the first one is a very reliable one that the industry has been using for many, many years and will still most probably be here for many, many years to come, is your fingerprint recognition. Next one is your facial recognition verification method. This is obviously the newest thing, the newest verification type method that is currently happening in the market. Everybody's using it, and everybody's converting their fingerprint recognition to facial recognition. Again, and then code recognition, RFID and MiFair, and obviously palm recognition that goes with the touchless technology. So this is a very cool verification method. It actually reads the veins in your palm, not your palm itself, but the veins. So it's a very cool and sophisticated verification technology. Okay, so let's get into the touchless solutions. So we're going to start off with the facial recognition product line. So what we feel is very, very effective in the market, and what we have seen is effective in the market for the past 2 years. Okay, so the first one, we're going to look at the visible light series. So this is our access control series. So this is your top of the range access control facial recognition series. We've got your PROFACE X, which is your outdoor facial recognition and palm recognition facial recognition terminal. And it is IP68 rated. We'll get into the features in the next slide. We've got your SpeedFace, which is a facial and palm recognition unit. It's exactly kind of the same. It's just obviously different form factor, and it supports fingerprint recognition and only for indoor applications. And then to accommodate the entire access control / time and attendance market, ZKTeco released the SpeedFace Mini. I think they released it about the start of this year, and this device has been booming. This is the most cost-effective facial recognition device they currently have well, high-end facial recognition device they have, and with prices that's really going to shock you. It's you're getting really bang for your buck with this specific device. And it also supports facial recognition and palm recognition. In terms of the technology, they all support the same. The verification speeds are under under 1 second. So it is super fast. And they all support mask detection as well. So you can actually leave your mask on and this device will still pick you up. So apparently there's 33 points in your face where these devices focus on. If your mask is on, it will only focus on the top points of your face. Okay, so that's pretty cool. That helps because there's big companies that don't want their employees, obviously, to take their masks off when they clock in or when they get to the building, and this helps. This really, really helps, and we've tried it, we've tested it, and it works. Okay, so let's start with the SpeedFace V5L-P. So this is actually your all-in-one indoor solution when it comes to facial recognition access control. So it does support a display 5-inch touchscreen. It supports 6,000 palm capacity, 3,000 fingerprint capacity, 10,000 card capacity. So this thing supports RFID as well, to just give you that cherry on the top. And then face capacity, I didn't add the face capacity, but I think it is around 3,000 face capacity. And then in regards to transactions, it can handle up to 200,000 transactions. It's a Linux-based device, and as I mentioned, it supports facial recognition, palm recognition, fingerprint, RFID, and password. And you can actually use all these different verification methods either together or individual. So if you don't want to use palm, fingerprint, and card, you don't have to. Just don't use it. Just disable it, and that's the nice thing about it. It's very adaptable depending on your specific application. These devices and the entire visible light series support anti-spoofing algorithms against print attacks. So this is a very important and crucial feature for a facial recognition terminal to have. If you decide not to go for ZKTeco, please just make at least sure that the other brand supports anti-spoofing algorithms. Because what this does is it blocks anybody that tries to get in via a image of somebody else or a video or a 3D mask, name it, this thing will block it. If it's not the person itself, it won't open that specific door. So that's very cool. That gives the client ease of mind that nobody can just come in and really open the door. The person has to be there. So that's pretty cool. It does support mask detection, as I mentioned before. You don't have to take off your mask in order for it to detect. And it supports a 2-megapixel WDR wide dynamic range, low light camera. So it's a very, very good camera built into the system. It is, and when it comes to communication methods, it supports TCP/IP. It is Wi-Fi connected, and it also supports RS485 and WEGAN input and output. Okay, and then the software that works with this is your ZK BioSecurity software. Okay, so this is for your access control facial recognition solution. Then let's get to the SpeedFace Mini. So the SpeedFace Mini supports, as I mentioned, palm, facial recognition, and RFID, and it is an indoor solution. It's very small. It's about as big as call it a Samsung Note Galaxy. And it has a 4-inch touchscreen. It has an 800 face capacity, 800 palm capacity, 1,000 card capacity, and 200,000 transactions. So it's a very powerful little small device. It also supports Linux, And as I mentioned, when it comes to verification methods, it's got face, palm, RFID, and password that you can use in conjunction or individually. Once again, it also supports anti-spoofing algorithms, which is very important because you don't want anybody to get in your building if they're not allowed there. Okay, and then mask detection as well. And it has deep learning technology built in, all the visible light series. So it is going to learn your face. So if you change your features, so for example, if you change your hair color or you grow a beard or etc., this devices, the entire visible series will still pick you up and accurately. Okay, it also supports a 2 megapixel camera. When it comes to communication methods, there's a TCP/IP. It's Wi-Fi connected, which just makes the world so much easier because then you don't have to bring in any cable, just connect it to the Wi-Fi and link it to your server. We can input and output and RS485. Okay, so that is your SpeedFace Mini. It works with BioSecurity or BioTime 8. So you can actually convert this device either in an access control device or a time and attendance device. Okay, not both because that's going to make it a bit difficult for your access control side of things. So you can set it. You can always try to remember to keep your access control solutions apart from your time and attendance solutions, because obviously your access control solutions are going to be spread out through the entire building. You don't want time and attendance solutions throughout the entire building because that's going to make the reporting structure a bit more difficult, because it's going to keep on saying that this employee clocked in and clocked out, clocked in and clocked out at each door. Okay, so that's your SpeedFace Mini. This is probably the hottest seller currently in the market. This is brilliant. The accuracy of these visible light series are extremely brilliant. There's nothing that can compete with this. And they have been working on this since before the COVID times. So this is really something that they have mastered. It's tried and tested. And please, if you don't believe me, buy one, test it, and you're going to be happy. Okay, cool. The next one is the flagship of the entire ZKTeco series. Okay, so we've got, just to summarize, we've got the SpeedFace V5L, which is your indoor, more sophisticated, more prime level series. It supports fingerprint, palm, face, card, and password. Then we've got the SpeedFace Mini that can only support facial, palm, and RFID. Much smaller, but more affordable for smaller companies, medium companies, more affordable for the entire market. Okay, and then obviously we've got the PROFACE X, which is the flagship of the entire series. And this is brilliant. This is an outdoor device. It is IP68 rated, and the screen itself is IK4 rated. Okay, there's an 8-inch touchscreen. It supports up to 30,000 faces and 50,000 cards, RFID cards, and up to 1 million transactions. So that's a lot. This is for your estates. This is for your entrances at your estates, at your business parks, at your schools, wherever. Name it, and this thing can be installed there. If you are interested in this, please just pop sales and mail or myself. I'll add my email later in this presentation. And then we can discuss like the brackets and whatever you're going to need for a estate solution. So this thing also supports face, palm, RFID, and password. But obviously, normally with your estate solutions, you won't really do the RFID and password because you want your residents to clock in via palm or either face. More facial recognition because that's a bit more quicker, more effective than the palm, which is also very good. But in my opinion, the face is brilliant. Facial recognition because it's under a second. It's just super quick and very accurate. Again, and then once again, it also supports anti-spoofing algorithms, meaning you can't show this device a picture or a video or a 3D mask of somebody that is registered. It will just simply block it. It won't allow that specific person to enter. It has a 2 megapixel WDR low light camera. So once again, brilliant camera built in. It has to have a brilliant camera because it needs to do that facial recognition. And communication, it supports TCP/IP. It has Wi-Fi connection. So if you want a nice, easy solution to connect, this is the product to go for. We can input and output in RS485, and it is compatible with BioSecurity only. Okay, so once again, 3 different solutions. You've got your SpeedFace Mini, which is just a more affordable solution, indoor facial recognition solution. You've got your normal SpeedFace, which is a more prime level solution that supports more faces, more palms, and fingerprint, and so on and so forth. And then you've got your outdoor facial recognition solution, which is your PROFACE X. It's Vandal resistant, it's IP68 rated, and it's brilliant. It's really bang for the buck. And the pricing is not bad on these units. It's really, really not bad for what you're getting. Okay, cool. So that is the Visible Light series. So now I'm just going to quickly talk about the okay, so I'm getting a question here. I'm just going to quickly attend to this. Does MiRO allow us to arrange demos for end users? So we can do POCs. Obviously, POC, if you're not happy with this specific product, you can return it, but it has to be in perfect condition in order to get 100% credit. But yeah, it's an open discussion. We can definitely do that. However, ZKTeco has a brilliant experience center. Here in Centurion, it's about 5 minutes from our office. If you are nearby, arrange with me, I'll come with you. You can bring your client to this, and it has all the ZKTeco solutions in one. It's everything. It has the complete estate solution, or a boom gate solution, or a turnstile solution. Everything is there. So if you want to bring your clients, please just let me know. It's open to view, and it's just brilliant. It just opens opens up what you think about ZKTeco. And yeah, so definitely the POCs are available to do, as well as you guys can go view the ZKTeco solutions at the Experience Center, which is about 5 minutes away from our Centurion office. Okay, cool. I hope that answers the question. In regards to the screening solution, so this was quite popular for the last year and a half, as you can imagine, with everything that's happening. People and companies wanted temperature detection and temperature measurement devices. Obviously, you all seen those $100 temperature devices that is as accurate as yeah. But yeah, I went to a place where they screened me, and I was 32 degrees. So I told the guy, I'm practically dead here. So these are accurate. These are at least accurate devices. They are brilliant, and it is future-proof. And the reason why I'm saying future-proof is it gives you that facial recognition on the top, the temperature detection unit on the top. However, it's still the ProFace X, and it is still the same features that the SpeedFace can do. However, it will just show if you're wearing a mask and what is your temperature. You can actually set your temperature. You can set your threshold, You can set your threshold to whatever you feel is high. And if that specific employee or person is high, it won't allow them into the building. So it's pretty cool. It's a very effective thing, but there's a very niche way to install these devices. It has to be installed in a controlled temperature environment. Obviously, you can't install it outside because the temperatures fluctuate the entire time. So it is going to give you less accurate readings on your temperatures. But this is very cool. This is this is pretty much how they look. The form factors could differ a bit with the new ones that came in with the new temperature. It's just a bit bigger than that. But it basically it reads you like a normal ProFace would do, and it just will add the temperature on that specific employee, and if they wore a mask. If they didn't wear a mask, or if their temperature was too high, the device will obviously not open for them if they're above threshold. So it's pretty cool. It's a very effective device. It was very popular the last, as you can imagine, year and 8 months. So yeah, it's still very good. They do palm recognition, mask detection, temperature detection, and facial recognition. So it's still the same thing, even if COVID ends or everything ends, you're still going to have a very good facial recognition / palm recognition solution. So you're really investing for now and in the future, because it still stays a ProFace X or a SpeedFace. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Please, guys, if you do have questions, just pop it in. I'll try and get to those questions as soon as possible. I see there's another one. will this presentation be shared? We actually add all of our presentations on YouTube afterwards. It's most probably going to be only posted next week, so just keep an eye on that. Yes, but you can watch it later on. Okay, awesome. Then important notes, like I mentioned, I think I mentioned a couple of these notes before in the previous slide. So these temperature detection units, please install them in controlled environment solutions, indoor installations only. That's going to give you more accurate readings because it's not that the temperatures aren't fluctuating that much. Yeah, also in a windless and far away from a heat source, obviously. Yeah, so they've got a verification speed of around 0.3 seconds, so it's once again very fast. Once again, it's still the PROFACE X and SpeedFace. The recognition speeds and everything is still super fast. However, there's one thing that is not available in the temperature detection PROFACE and SpeedFace. They've removed the Wi-Fi the module in order for the device to connect directly to the Wi-Fi, and replaced it with the temperature detection. So that's the only thing that you're really going to suffer. And also the PROFACE X is not IP rated anymore because of the module. But once again, you can't install these devices outside because it's going to give you fluctuating temperatures. Again, so they've got a measurement deviation of 0.3 degrees. They've also got anti-spoofing algorithms that will protect you against print attacks. They only work on BioSecurity access control, okay, software. And yeah, you can get instant live notifications if an employee is above a certain threshold or isn't wearing a mask. So it's a pretty effective device or solution for bigger companies. Okay, so let's go into the HORUS series. So this is also a very popular series, but it's for time and attendance. So these devices don't support RS485 in order to add a slave unit to it. It's just a time and attendance device. Okay, facial recognition device. So there's three series. You've got your HORUS E1, HORUS E1 fingerprints, which is the right-hand one, and then we've got the HORUS E1 RFID. So obviously, this is the more affordable one, more premium one, and this is the high-end one because it supports everything. Okay, awesome. So it has a 5-inch touchscreen LCD monitor. It also has an extra-large 2-megapixel WDR camera. It supports 4G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and USB. That's pretty cool. So there's quite a lot of different communication methods if you want to pull your time and attendance reports. Wi-Fi is obviously going to be the most popular one because it's just so easy. But 4G also. I mean, if you're in a remote location, 4G is the way to go. You pop in a SIM card and Bob's your uncle. And then user capacity up to 10,000. RFID capacity on the middle one is about to 10,000 RFID cards. Facial templates is 6,000 on all of them. And then fingerprint capacity on this one is around 10,000. And the log capacity, the transaction capacity, is around 200,000. So that's pretty cool. It's a fairly decent device, and it only works on, this is a mistake. Apologies for this. It only works on BioTime 8. Okay. This is pretty cool. It is, well, we recommend it to use it with BioTime 8 because it is web-based, BioTime 8, meaning you can get your reports from anywhere in the world. And yeah, it's just a brilliant device. And with that 4G function, you want a web-based software as well. So let's look at your licensing. So we're going to go into a different approach now with touchless technology. And it is an industry that is very much having high demand at the moment, and that is estates, business parks, or schools converting their normal estate entrance management to a touchless entrance management. Okay, so the first one that ZKTeco has is, and this is all live at the Experience Center, so it's super cool. The boom gates, the turnstiles, full light turnstiles, you name it, it is there. So please, if you are interested in going there, pop me an email and then I'll arrange it. Cool. So the first one is the license plate recognition one. So this is pretty cool. This, you can use this in conjunction with their boom gates and the UHF systems. I'll show you how that works in the next slide. But just to give you a quick idea of what this is the recognition time is under 200 milliseconds, so it's pretty fast. It's the recognition distance is about 2 to 10 meters. So it is recommended for 3.5 to 4 meters for very accurate recognition. It is for controlled environments, entrance access control environments. So please don't try and install this camera at a highway where the cars are driving 120 kilometers per hour. No, this is a controlled access control system. Again, so it's under 15 kilometers per hour. So it's really, it's a good speed for a controlled environment. Okay. Protection level is IP65 rated. It has a resolution of, it's 2 megapixel resolution, the camera itself, and it has a bunch of relays, two RS485 outputs for the boom gate, audio in and out, and then a barrier status. So that's pretty cool. If the barrier's up, that will go, I think it turns green if I'm not mistaken, and then this will also turn green. Okay, cool. And you can obviously change the message and the times and everything. So it's a pretty cool customizable license plate unit, and it is good looking. It's a fairly, because obviously states want something that's easy on the eye, and this is really a good solution to provide that. Okay, awesome. This is a new solution. I hope this image is fine that you guys can see, but this is a pretty cool solution that ZKTeco, and not only ZKTeco, there's probably a lot of other brands that do this, but it's called a UHF solution. So how you do this is you have your UHF reader that reads your UHF sticker, license plate, or UHF card. So as soon as this thing comes around approximately 6 to or 18 meters, there's different, obviously, models, it will trigger a relay and open the boom gate. Okay. However, how I would recommend installing this is having a UHF reader in conjunction with a LPR camera, because obviously you don't want a UHF reader. If somebody steals the car inside, you don't really want, or a facial, you can add a facial recognition system. This is just examples. You can add a facial recognition PROFACE X to this, obviously in combination, just to increase that security. And it's cool because if you at a certain distance, the boom gate will open. But I would add the facial recognition on the inside, going out, just to make sure that nobody stole a car, or just to give you a more controlled environment. So it is a good solution. Facial recognition and license plate alone is really enough, but this is something cool that they have designed. So it's a long distance vehicle access control management, non-contact. It is IP65 rated. And yeah, so this is just basically in this cool methods. You've got your sticker, you've got your license plate, and you've got your what's the other one? License plate, sticker, and UHF card. This will work perfectly in, call it, shopping centers, or call it business parks, where you have your UHF going in, because you don't want all that traffic going in, but your facial recognition going out. Okay, so that's a good example to use. It's more for your business park environment. This is your parking barriers. This is just one out of many, but this is the more popular one that they've released. It's very affordable, it's brilliant, and it's super quick, and it is easy on the eye. So obviously, if the boom barrier goes up, this will give you a nice green light just to indicate that you can go. You can obviously use everything in conjunction with each other. You connect the PROFACE X and the LPR to this specific device. You can just connect the LPR to this device, just the PROFACE X. Sky's really the limit. The UHF, sorry, I forgot about that as well. And you can connect a spikes. ZKTeco also supports spikes. So they do have spikes. The ETAs are probably a bit longer because it's on demand. So we can bring it in. So if you do have any projects on that, please let me know. We'll work on it. But as soon as it picks up that specific number plate or the facial recognition is done, the spikes will lower and the boom gate will open. Okay, that is basically your boom gate solution. So this is your combination. This is your LPR system. Your boom gate connected to your boom gate. You've got your facial recognition as well, depending on how you want to use it. You've got your UHF solution, 6 or 10 meters. And then you've got your tag, windshield, and number plate. This is basically how it's going to look like. So I would suggest going in via, if this is a business park, going in via UHF, because you are registered for that specific area, and going out via facial recognition or LPR system. So using it in combination is pretty effective. Okay, so just a quick one. I'm just going to go slide through this, but just to show you how you can use facial recognition with all the other ZKTeco devices as well. So they've got flat barriers, they've got tripod turnstiles, they've got normal, these two are basically your flat barriers and these are your tripod turnstiles. So they've got these as well available, and you can add your facial recognition terminals on top of this. It is custom made. So you tell me what type of solution you want, and we'll make sure we give you that specific solution. So they do have their normal suggested ones are, if you don't go facial recognition or touchless, is RFID, because obviously that gives you a nice cost-effective solution. Then they've got one that's got fingerprint, and then they've got the facial recognition with that as well, with a nice bracket and everything. So they pre-build it in order to make it easier for you guys. Okay, cool. I've got another question here. Do you assist with the installation of the boom gate solution? So no, we are just in the distribution. So we are going to get the solution, the products for you, and then just either for you to come collect, or we will arrange couriers at an additional fee. But unfortunately, with installation, we do not assist, except for if you guys want configuration assistance. If you're struggling with because installation of the devices are fairly, well, I'm saying fairly simple, but it is quite easy. But I can imagine it could be time consuming, but we can help. We've got a very strong technical team that can help with the configuration of these softwares and all that. And that's where the difficult part is the configuration of that. So they are there, they're free to use. And we've also got on-site, as I mentioned, on-site technical assistance, but there's also additional fee to that. So yeah, at the end, in terms of installation, we don't really get involved with that, but we do give a lot of advice and configuration assistance and all that. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Let's go to the next one. This is your full eye turnstile. So this is just one example of their full eye turnstiles. This is a double lane. They've got the single one as well. It's very good, very robust, very strong. This is also on demand. So if you are interested in solutions like this, we will bring it in for you, obviously, as an entire process. But if you are interested, if you do have a project, talk to me. We'll get it going. We'll get everything, get the prices to you, and we can really. This is also at the experience center. All these devices are at the experience center in their live habitat, in their live installation methods, everything. Same with the entrance, the estate entrance solutions, everything. So if you are interested, please let me know, and I'll take you there, take your client there as well if you want, depending what you want to do, and then we can get it going. So this is just another solution where you compare facial recognition with your full eye turnstile. So you've got your face recognition terminal here, another in here, and another two on the inside. Obviously, you want a complete touchless solution, so you want face in and out. Okay, so they aren't going to work together; they're going to work individually. Then this device is just connected to your motherboard, to that relay up there. Another thing that I see installers are currently doing is they're taking a facial recognition device and installing a no-touch exit button on the inside. It's a very good method. It gives you a good facial recognition system. However, you don't know who's going out and when they went out. So obviously, because it's a no-touch exit button, it doesn't give you a log. So anybody can go out. It's a good because it creates a more cost-effective option for the client. But please remember that if you want to go back on the reports, it's not going to show a specific person. So that's the thing. Try always, when doing a facial recognition solution, try keep a facial recognition terminal on the inside and the outside. And that's going to give you the most secure touchless solution. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the next part is just quickly on the software. I'm just going to talk about the BioTime 8 and the BioSecurity software, and then we are pretty much done with the touchless solutions. So the first one is the BioSecurity solution. So this is the all-in-one solution. So remember I spoke about the visible light series earlier. So this works with the visible light series, the SpeedFace Mini, the normal SpeedFace, and the PROFACE X. Okay, so this supports access control, parking management, time and attendance, elevator control, and hotel management. However, there is an aspect to consider when going for this. All of the entire 5 are quite expensive if you're taking all 5. So that's why ZKTeco created an option to choose between either. You can basically customize your own software, if I can call it that. So if you only have an access control software, then you only buy the access control module. And within the access control module, you've got a 5-door, a 10-door, a 15-door, a 25, 50, 75, and 100. And that's also there for you to choose from in order to help you save cost. Because if you have a 2-door access control solution, it would be unfair of us to give you guys a 100-door license, because that's just going to increase the pricing. So we would rather limit it, create different modules, and ask our clients what do they need, what is the current solution, what is the current application, how many doors. So remember, one device equals to one door. So if you've got, there's a module with 5 devices, then you mean that just basically means you can control 5 doors. But if you've got 5 different facial recognition terminals, it's going to take up that entire 5 units on that specific software module. Hope that makes sense. This is all web-based. Nice thing about web-based BioSecurity, it's a once-off payment. There's no monthly fees, there's no recurring fees, there's nothing. So there's no headache. So that's lovely. It is quite cost effective because of the different modules that you can choose from. There's no real limit on the employees itself, so that's pretty cool. So if you've got thousands of employees, it's all good. The only limit is on the devices itself. There's different levels, as I mentioned. So it's very stable, it's very fast and consistent communication. It gives you advanced access control functions like global anti-passback linkage, and it just gives you all around an awesome access control experience. The next one is the TimeNet 3.0, but we're not going to focus on this, but it is the, it doesn't really work on the HORUS series, but it does work on your normal time and attendance fingerprint terminals and your basic time and attendance terminals. So very important note, it's a paid-for software and you have to renew it every 3 years. It's pretty cost effective. And you can handle up to 50 devices and 500 employees. And it gives you basic time and attendance and basic access control features. So the type of reports that you can expect from this and BioTime 8 is, it's not web-based, it's local. So there's going to be a laptop for that specific site, and that's going to be linked to TimeNet 3.0. Again, it's only that laptop that can control those reports or server. Okay, so the reports that you can expect is employee information, exception reports, transaction reports, hour summaries, daily totals, time card lists, time cards, attendance cards, total time cards, daily attendance, early in and out reports, monthly summaries per employee, per section, per division, and then obviously absent and employee shift reports. So that's pretty cool. It's a very effective and easy time and attendance software, but it's not going to work with your HORUS or your visible light series. This is just for your standard time and attendance product. Now, this is the one that you guys want to see. This is the time and attendance software that works with your HORUS series. So it's the ZK BioTime 8. So it's basically BioSecurity, but the time and attendance version. Okay. It's also web-based, and it's pretty much unlimited employees. There's really no massive limit on employees. It's just the limit on the devices itself. So there's a 5 device, a 10 device, 15, 20, and so on and so forth, just to keep those costs down. And then it gives you advanced time and attendance features. And you can actually, a very, very cool thing that you can add to this, you can add mobile time and attendance device. So this is BioTime 8 is going to be your main, call it, infrastructure of your entire time of your software. Then you can add a mobile software, a once-off mobile software for 20 devices, and then you can add individual ones for those employees on the road. Those employees that seeing clients or visiting sites, they can basically clock in, and that will send a GPS location, a time, and a photo, depending on how strict you want to be on your employees. But it can send a photo as well. This was actually quite popular during the strict lockdown periods of level 5, because companies wanted to know if the employees are dressed and at least looking good for clients. So yeah, this was pretty cool. This was a mobile time and attendance system that you can add to BioTime 8. Okay, and it's also once-off. There's no monthly fees, no recurring fees, nothing. So meaning basically no headaches. Guys, and last slide is just why you should choose ZKTeco. So that's just a quick look of the Experience Center. I don't want to give everything away. It's insane. As you can see up there, there's more. That's your standard access control and time and attendance solutions. Back there's all the turnstiles and all the nice tripod turnstiles, the metal detectors. And yeah, I don't want to give too much away because it's an insane experience. It gives you so much broader view of what ZKTeco is. Again, so why you should choose ZKTeco? They've got local presence. So if you've got a massive tender, if you've got a massive project, bring your client. We'll take them to the Experience Center with you. Obviously, we won't even mention our name or whatever. We'll take them to the Experience Center with you and get that project for you. Okay, we want to help you. We want to help you get that and understand ZKTeco better. They've got local, so it's local training, local support, and local ETAs. That's the best. That's probably the best thing about ZKTeco is local ETAs. If you need stock, we can most probably 90% of our stock we can get for you within a week. Latest, well, worst case scenario within a week. Obviously, your bigger units, such as your full light turnstiles, your flat barriers, all that kind of stuff, does need to be imported, unfortunately, because of their physical size. Yeah, and they've got a couple of boom gates in stock as well. So there's a lot of entrance control solutions in stock, actually. It's just your big devices, big and pro level, project level devices that you need to bring in. Okay, but we'll arrange everything for you. Warranties up to 2 years. They've got a wide variety of high quality products for any application. Really, guys, any application, you name it, we can do it. And then complete access control and time and attendance solutions. Innovative, for example, innovative. They've got this facial recognition that's actually working. I can't even explain to you how good and how fast and reliable ZKTeco's facial recognition is on the visible light series and HORUS series. Obviously, they do have entry-level ones, but let's stick to the visible light ones because they are brilliant. Great support as well, great software to assist productivity levels for a company, and they're highly secure. You can't really, highly secure and will improve any company's safety at the end. Guys, this is the link that I wanted to share with everybody. I'm going to share it in this chat box as well. So as I mentioned, if you are interested in training, ZKTeco training, go subscribe on this thing. It is brilliant. It is their new campaign that they're doing is powered by ZKTeco and gives you free project assistance, marketing assistance, training, free training. And once you registered our account manager from ZKTeco will contact you and send you a box and all that kind of nice goodies for just obviously to welcome you. And then you can schedule free training. So that's pretty cool. I think it's a very cool initiative that they're doing. There's a lot of companies scared of access control and time and attendance, and I don't think they should be. And ZKTeco is trying to change that. They're trying to help you guys just improve that knowledge, improve your skills on that, and just help you create an ease environment when it comes to access control and time and attendance. So yeah, guys, I did add the link for that. If you guys do want to go check it out and subscribe to that, that's brilliant. I mean, free training is also is always a brilliant incentive. And if I'm going to add my email in the chat box as well, if you guys do want to contact me directly, please do so. I'll help you with any projects and whatever. And for sales related queries, for quotes and stuff, you can also ask sales@miro.co.za, and a very trusted sales representative will get back to you on that specific request. Guys, thank you so much. I think that is actually, oh yeah, it is. That was the last slide. So thank you so much for joining. I know you guys have busy schedules. I hope this was an informative webinar. It is going to be available on YouTube around next week-ish. So you can go watch it again if you missed something. But yeah, thank you so much for joining.